I mean, you can get one directly
It'd be
that way a lot
cheaper
faster.
too because they're shipping.
Yeah. I just can't seem to get that.
The hunt's on for the blast off. Wonder how it's going to go when Swindle hits.
Like we talked, like we talked, it's just.
Oh, you better mute that.
After seeing the combined Bruticus, I had some wind taken out of my sails. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I won't lie, because
when we talked about Toy Fair a couple weeks, well, yeah, I think, was it last week or the week before? One and two.
Last week.
Yeah, last week. But anyway, we're live. Welcome back to another Plasticast. We're all here today. We were able to bring Megamus from the dark voids of, whatever Cybertronian nonsense he was stuck in.
Hey, now I'm scouring Walmart's website. I got a hot tip.
Got a hot tip on that blast off, right?
So why you're looking for a soldering iron?
I found it.
No, burn yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, and
they got Brawl too.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have Brawl already?
When I was looking for them, I had a Walmart gift card, and it's like I couldn't find them, so I finally got them off BBTS, and like 2 weeks later, they're all over the Walmart across the woods.
Classic.
Well, that's what's going to happen. I can't find anything, but I'm going to buy these here, and then all of a sudden, poof.
Yep.
Yeah, I shipped my Quick Strike from BBTS, and they found it the next day at Walmart. I was like, of course.
What's weird is Walkie. Y'all know Walkie. David Willis. Yeah. He when he was doing the webcomic short pack, he did a comic where he had been looking for weeks for a toy. He found it online, and he called his friend, and he said, "Watch the peg hooks. I'm going to buy this toy online." And as soon as he hit bought, it magically appeared on the shelf right in front of her. And he said, "I knew it."
That's how it goes.
And that's the way it feels.
I honestly kind of have the same feeling about the whole Liege Maximo thing. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait and see if I see it on the shelf. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. What's gonna end up happening is I'm not gonna see it.
Well, it's just with leaders being so hit or miss. It's like I got when Entertainment Earth was running the buy one get one half off sale before the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I got Soundwave, Nemesis Prime, Big Convoy, and Razor Claw. It's like a set of two was 110. That's 55 a piece. That's your basic retail. And then I got the other two for 55. So I got all four leader classes for about 160 with free shipping. Although we know Entertainment Earth, their free shipping is low. But so I got them basically for about $40 a piece. I wasn't going to find them any cheaper in the stores, even if I even saw them. But we're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about something a little more monstrous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Count. It's like Count Von Count.
How I had a monstrous headache today, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I wish it was monstrous.
Yeah.
But it's close.
It's very, very close. It's one of the things I've been actually looking forward to and been hoping is going to happen. And honestly, I'm not really disappointed. I know a lot of people are. Some people want different molds. But the big thing we're going to talk about is the newest reveal of Monstructor, which is literally repaint and also a lot of remolding from that previous Dino King / Volcanicus mold.
Right.
I personally love this thing. I think it looks wonderful.
I am shocked. It looks like there was that much done to the toy. Although I can see why there wasn't that much done for Dino King, because my guess is Monstructor would be better known to the U.S. collectors, so it had to be more right than Dino King being fairly good, fairly decent.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it does. So I want to hear like all your guys' thoughts before I say anything else about this thing.
Y'all
Brett,
go
have you
first. Y'all
seen
go
this
first.
thing?
Yeah, I sent that in the link in our Facebook link. I said, "Have you guys seen this?"
Mm-hmm.
Because when I saw the box, the posting I saw had the box first, and then this picture. And the box I looked at, and I was like, "Oh, that looks amazing." And then I clicked on it, and I started noticing the things that I really liked about it, like a lot of the little small guns look just like the originals. The color, just like the original. I do like that it forms an axe, which is new. But the colors and everything, and no GPS and all that, and even the head sculpt looks really good. I I'm only going to be skeptical on how well it's built and how sturdy it is, and we won't know that until it comes out. But right now, I think it looks amazing. I think this one is a definite, Hasbro looking at what collectors want, and they want that G1 look, and even some of the throwbacks. Like I said, that the hands, the feet, the guns, they look amazing.
Yeah.
So I think this without a doubt a definite pickup. And then the box looks good too. So
Packaging's a big part of it. That's one of the big reasons why a lot of people like that Dino King, because its packaging was very Takara. So let's go ahead and have Cyburn go ahead and talk about it, and then we'll go to Don, and then I'll talk.
Yeah, I mean, Monstructor's not. I don't know. It's never really been a big part of anything that I've been interested in. But I mean, I always really like. I mean, I really like the colors and stuff like that. It's gonna look. It's gonna be one of those things. I feel like it's gonna sort of stick out on a shelf. But I'm also like, it's hard to tell. But I mean, the head sculpt there seems to be really, really nice. Like it, because these are core class size, right?
Right.
And I know I've seen some people be a little disappointed in some of the alternate modes, the kind of maybe some of the concessions that were made by being remolds of those Dinobots. But like I think the combiner head at least looks really good. And it's kind of I can't remember. Monstructor played a bigger part in one of the comic book series, right?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
can't remember which
Dreamwave
IDW comic
or
it was,
IDW?
but the head sculpt literally looks like it came out of that IDW comic. That's one
Yeah,
thing
that's
I
what I
like
was
about
thinking.
it.
I was like, it looks like that comic book head that it always had, which I think they did a really good job on.
So what are you thinking, Dawn?
I am impressed. I've got the core class Dinobots. I have not. They're still in the package again because it's again still a work in progress and probably will be until I die. I've also got the Dino King set, and I got the third party upgrade set for it again, doing the boxes because I don't have a place for them yet. And I will be getting this. I am honestly surprised with the amount that they did to make these not look like Dinobots. And just the colors are great. I mean, they're still core class, so they're going to be kind of, you know, limited in what they can do. But I I think when the design team is given enough budget and enough leeway to get a product right, within those bullet points they have to hit, they can do really incredible stuff like this. And this is when we have to remember what they're given to work with on any given project. You know, it's like when Lenny was saying during BotCon, you know, this is what we're given, this is the budget. So that's why some of the BotCon stuff, while, you know, really nice, it may not have been exactly what everyone wanted, but it's what they had to work with in that constraint, in those constraints. Same thing for Hasbro, but I really think this turned out just remarkable.
Oh, I 100% agree. The colors are spot on. I'm so happy to see this thing actually come out because we haven't had a Monstructor since Generation 1. And
Not
it's
counting third party.
yeah, without the third party one, which a lot of people didn't even really care for. Um but I myself have messed with the Dino King before. I see a lot of similarities here. I personally loved that Dino King. A buddy of mine let me borrow it to do a review of it, so I've actually had my hands on it. I really like it. This is just absolutely exactly what I was hoping they were going to do with that mold eventually, because I know it's hard for them to just do just a straight up combiner. I mean, we see how they're kind of struggling with what they have now to try to make it work. And by them saying, you know what, let's take that set and make the Monstructor everybody wants, because I'd rather them have something like this come out than us just not get anything because limitations, they can't sell one, whatever it is, you know. I mean, a lot of these guys are not hugely known, but they're known enough in the G1 guys that they want this. So,
Yeah.
and
Well,
you
I
never
think this,
know.
I,
I've seen, okay, this just a kind of a little bit of a side note. I have seen a knockoff company take those core class Dinobots and upscale them. So you never know. We might have seen a knockoff of this thing that gets bigger. Just putting it out there.
no, I, you know, it's like I said earlier. You know, I think that the reason Dino King wasn't to this level of detail was because they knew that to do the Monstructor right and to get the sales off of it and everything else, they were going to have to do a lot more work to it. Whereas the Dino King, you know, between the two, if wishes were horses, both would be, you know, as close as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I think getting the Monstructor rider was probably the smart way to go in order to hit those marks that they needed to for sales and customer engagement versus just recoloring the Dino King and Monstructor colors and say, here you go, which could have come across as like a lazy repaint, which this is definitely not.
No, this is a high remold and everything, and I'm extremely happy to see that they're going above and beyond with this and making something, you know, that I think a lot of people are really looking forward to. And I think that's the biggest thing dealing with this is the fact that they're actually doing something that the fans are really going to want. I mean, think about it, Monstructor and Dino King were actually smaller than all the other combiners. So, I did bring up the picture that has the box art, which looks really cool, along with the alt modes. And yeah, some of the alt modes are kind of questionable, but I mean, to be honest, they're monsters, so they can kind of be anything they want, honestly. And I'm just kind of cracking up about the little bat wings on the bird beak mold. That's just hilarious. It's just so funny. seeing those little wings sticking off his head. I don't know. I'm digging these. I think they're really cool.
Now, is this gonna be? Have they said? I mean, I would assume it's obviously some sort of exclusive since it's a Fox set. Have they? Was there any information on where this is gonna be released, or do we still not know?
I mean, from what I've gathered, it's going to be like a. I think it's going to be something you just have to order off a Pulse, like you had to do the Dinobots. If I'm not mistaken, am I correct about that, Don? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be a Pulse exclusive. I mean, it may be a fan channel, Pulse, and all the retailers. Because with this being probably what was Dino King, $89.99, $99.99, I believe, somewhere through there.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing to get maximum exposure, it could be either way. They could keep it there to drive traffic to Pulse as a Pulse only exclusive. So Dino King was not everywhere, was he? He was
No.
only on Pulse.
He was only on Pulse.
Yeah, so they may do this as another Pulse exclusive. They could go fan channel to get more sales, thinking this will sell more than a Dino King set would. I don't know. Sometimes they surprise us by like, oh,
Well,
they're going to do that.
I think
Nope,
the
we're
Dino
gonna do
King
this.
hung around Pulse for some time, didn't it?
Yeah, it took a little while to sell because people weren't really enamored of that of the core. They got what they were trying to do with the core class Dinobots, but again, a lot of people, Dinobots aren't supposed to combine. So half of the toy wasn't even really something they were interested in.
That makes sense.
You know, so there's
But
that.
This thing
But-
just looks wonderful.
I think one thing we need to talk about though is that there is a history of third party doing. It was fans project did a they created a Dino King set, and they created a Monstructor set. The Dino King came first, and then the Monstructor came later. They also did Rotocast shells. Now, for those of you that weren't there for this, Megamus probably remembers this fairly well. They came out with the first set was basically convention exclusives, and then they said they took a survey, and they were going to do Rotocast, which is empty vinyl shell, like the original toys did. It wound up being much more expensive than they initially thought to do those shells. But for all of the issues Fans Project might have had, they gave us some really great product in the early years of third party, and they did follow through on their promise, and they did make the shells for all 6 of their Dino King components. Saurus Ryu O, I believe was the name if you wanted to look it up. Plasticon has the Monstructor version up now.
Mm-hmm.
I got super lucky because Chosen Prime had a set of all 6 of those shells for like $200, and they were.
Wow.
And this was towards the very end of the life, I think, for Fans Project. So that was just something to get it out the door before the doors closed, and I got very lucky and got one of the few sets they had. They did not do the shells for the Monstructor version, as far as I know. Again, because of the cost. Maybe
Which one came
I haven't.
first? Was it the Dino King or the Monstructor first? I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember.
Yeah, the Dino King. The Dino King came first because I
Right.
remember being at several BotCons, and I wound up selling some of my exclusives that came with the BotCon set to get this Saurus Ryuo set, because again, you couldn't afford a G1 Dino King even at that point. It was not cost prohibitive. But yeah, I would like to see a third party now that the technology has increased over the past. Douglas, how long ago was that? 8 years? 9 years ago.
Oh, for the
The shells and stuff when Fans Project was still.
oh gee,
It's got to be at least almost 10 years at this point.
15, 14,
You know,
2014, 2015, somewhere around in there. It's about 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check and see with my account at Chosen Prime and see if that is still in my order history, and I can tell you if it's still there.
Yeah,
Is
this thing was definitely a cool toy. I never had one. I mean, have other than Dawn, has anybody really had their hands on this one? Because I've never messed with
Yeah,
it.
I did. I
What were your thoughts on
I
it?
wasn't impressed with it. I wasn't impressed with it. I thought it was floppy and kind of fiddly. Um, it was neat. It was definitely reminiscent. Now I didn't have the Monstructor one. I had the other one, and I my problem is first of all I go in with a sour face on third party stuff because I've been burned so many times. So I almost, and I know I do. I almost go in there looking for things to gripe about. It's just the way it is. But I was not happy with it, especially for the price.
Yeah,
But to each his own. It
I
does
can
look good.
understand that. I can understand that. Because my experience with like third party combiners, I think the last one I really messed with was that crazy Seacon set that they had that was enormous. I can't remember who it is.
yeah,
It made
TFC.
yeah.
That was their third, or it was Hercules. They did Superion. Then they did their stunted. No, that was Fans Project. Did the first set of Stunticons. I think their Piranacon was their third combiner after that not really great Superion.
Yeah, I don't know. I really struggled with that trying to put it together because I mean the shop I got one in, so I got to mess around with it, and it took me forever to figure some of those parts out on it. Even looking at the instruction manual, I even had to go and look up MGO's transformations for some of it. But I'm just like, I'm not a huge fan of third party because I'm not really into the masterpiece stuff because to me it's a little too fiddly, a little too much. But I mean, the looks of it, I can't deny it looked fantastic when it was actually combined. It was very heavy. This one looks amazing, but I think I'm kind of like Brett. This thing probably way too fiddly for me. So that's why I really think this core class one the one that they're doing now, it's just gonna be perfect. Like I think it's gonna have that sweet spot. It's just difficult enough, but not over difficult and insane where it just makes you want to pull your hair out. You know. Because I mean, the original Monstructor was pretty much blocks that went clunk. He was very blocky. I remember that. Because I did I repainted like two of them for you, didn't I, Brett? Didn't I do one as Dino King and then one as Monstructor?
And both are back there.
Yeah. Because I got hold of like what two oversized knockoff versions and made them. And those things are really getting hard to find too. The oversized knockoffs are just not easy to find anymore. I was lucky at the time. But yeah, they're wonderful. I'm just happy to see that this toy is actually getting the love it's getting now. It's been way too long. And, I mean, would I like to see some shells for it? Yeah. But then again, I'm just like, you know what? Do we really need the shells? Not really. Because I personally think the design of them already turning into what they turn into is good enough for me.
Well, I think between both Dino King and Monstructor, I think the shells are probably a big part of the identity. I think for Dino King, the shells may be more important because of in Master Force, they were in their shells a lot, and there was a lot of screen time
Mm-hmm.
between robot and in their shell, so there was that. But Structor never appeared in any media, any cartoons, other than maybe a commercial. I can't remember if he was even animated for a commercial at that point. But people remember them being pretender monsters. Probably of all the pretenders, Monstructor has gotten the least amount of love since G1, as far as stuff being done.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I remember was seeing this particular panel. I think this is directly from a comic book. I remember that. But it's like the only time you've really even seen him in media was in this one comic. Since, he had basically been put out. I don't even remember there was really any real lore in G1. Was he ever in any of the comic books in G1?
Not in G1. I think he showed up in. He may have showed up in Dreamwave. I know he was a presence in IDW, but I stopped reading IDW right after they did that Whiplash change and went right into All Hell Megatron. From when they were doing Simon Furman stuff with the Mechanation. So I stopped reading IDW right before All Hell Megatron began and never picked it back up. So I just know he was a thing that existed, but that's all I know for IDW.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought of Monstructor as being, I don't know, I always had some kind of headcanon for him that he was like one of Shockwave's like experiments. Because it's something that I think Shockwave would do.
Yeah, those comics went straight from they went straight from like the Maximum Dinobots into the new stuff, didn't they?
Yeah. He was in Dreamwave because he was in Dreamwave's More Than Meets the Eye guide.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of more prominent in the Dreamwave stuff or something like that, but I never really. I mean, Dreamwave was so hard to find back then in my area, so I never really read any of it to know.
I always just thought he was like I said, I always thought Monstructor was a very interesting character because in a lot of ways to me he was always mysterious. Because even seeing the toys when we were kids, he was like, "Who is this dude?" Just kind of like, oh, we decided to just put another combiner together, but it's out of Pretender shell part? What? I mean, it's cool. I loved it. Always loved the colors and everything of him. But, yeah, I'm just happy that, like Brett said, no GPS. That is a huge thing. Because...
Well, I mean, that's somewhat appropriate because you're not going to be able to find him.
No. You won't. I mean, you can find bits and pieces of Monstructor online, but most of the time you're going to find two of them partially in dust.
Oh, and when you do, you're looking at $350.
Yeah.
For an original complete one.
Yeah, and the shells are going to be really potentially.
They're going to be tacky. Yeah. They're going to be tacky.
Yeah.
They're going to be tacky, and they're going to have the age spots. They all do. I've got carded ones that have age spots. They just do.
There's nothing you can do against it either, though.
Get spots.
No, there's nothing you can do about it.
No. Same thing with the tackiness. I don't even think you can do anything about that, really.
No. I mean, can you? You can wipe them off. It's going to come right back. It is the oils coming out of the plastic as it degrades.
You flock them.
You flock them.
Well, I mean, I know one person.
It's not Moss Man.
Well, one person put clear nail polish on them because they did that. Same thing will happen.
Like clear floor.
Decoys will do that too. They'll degrade.
Couldn't you hit them with like a clear coat, like spray, like a clear coat spray paint, like how
It's
they
basically
clear
the same
coat
thing as
cars.
an enamel, like a nail polish. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll do all that, but I mean, it's you're destroying it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, that's the thing. Like with a lot of these toys, like throughout the years, we've all had our toy that's like, it breaks our heart to see it shatter or, something happen to it. But it's just like it's the sad thing dealing with some of this stuff is how long is it really going to last, kind of thing. Because even Transformers Prime had a lot of rubbery parts, and some from what I hear, some of that stuff's like tacky and
Yeah, the
sticky now.
Beastmaster stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always wonder. I didn't really pay attention to it when I was getting them out, but there was some like soft rubber parts on that Generations Rhinox, the first one, that I was always worried about, and then I'm still kind of worried about the Kingdom Megatron, the T-Rex mold with all that rubber skin.
That's what's scary to
That
me
stuff
with a
will
lot of this
eventually
newer
dry rot.
stuff. I'm just glad to see that they're. I mean, it'd be interesting to see shells for these. I mean, there may be somebody out there could create some 3D printed shells that you could put them in. But they could probably do the same thing for Dino King. Which I always thought Dino King would more, like Don was saying, I think it would have been more appropriate to actually have shells for Dino King. But Monstructor was known by his shells too, because some of the shells were just so unique. So alien looking, you know? Not like, I don't know, it's just so strange. Like, they literally are monsters. Like, it's hard to tell what the heck they really were. It's like they were just like some kind of weird brainchild of something. I was like, oh, this dude looks like a bird, but he's not actually a bird. Look at his face, you know? And it's like, what in the hell is that face?
it was out there. They were out there.
Which I thought was awesome. I really enjoyed that. And I think getting out, getting kind of away from it being cars or being an actual animal, making creatures, there's nothing wrong with that because it's kind of like goes back to what Diaclone was. Diaclone, when they first had those insect creatures and stuff like that, some of the walkers just, they looked kind of like an insect, but you couldn't tell what kind of insect they were. They were just a thing, you know? So I kind of like that, going that direction with stuff. And I kind of hope this maybe inspires them to do, like we were talking, like more like Beast Wars stuff. Maybe jumping into maybe some Beast machines. Because those guys need the love. Like, I know some people didn't really care for some of Beast machines, but some people want, like, up-to-dated versions of those. Because there's a few there with
I
the
would
newer
love them.
technology that it would work great.
I would love at least to get the cast. Because let's be honest, I mean, I love how awful the Beast Machines line was, but I love how creative the Beast Machines line was. But none of them do a very good job being representative of the TV show. Not a single one.
I mean, there was exceptions. I mean, mostly the Viacons. The Viacons were pretty good.
Yeah, the Viacon. It's just all your small your show accurate ones were the small Viacons.
Well, and then like Blast Punch was pretty good.
Yeah,
But up
your
until
primes
then,
for
they
your
were
primes.
like, they just, especially Rat Trap. Rat Trap was like the biggest disappointment thing I've ever
Well, like
seen.
the best Cheetor they released was the Night/1, and he's not even in the right colors.
Right.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
go ahead.
I'm at Chosen Prime right now, and I'm going back to my order history,
Hmm?
and I'm looking right now, so it's gonna take me just a minute. But I will tell you, the very first thing I ordered from them was the Make Toys Quantron, which was their Computron. The next thing was Utopia. So that's how far back it's going. So
Relics of the third party pass.
yeah,
That
yeah,
is kind of
it's-
crazy. I mean,
Thank you.
I know
you,
how
gentlemen.
Utopia was. That was a great toy. I personally thought it was
Yep.
probably one of the better third parties because that thing, it felt quality.
Yeah, I mean that was my choice versus. Well, Utopia came out around the same time as Titan Metroplex, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and so that tells you how old that is.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty old. I mean, how old is the Titan Metroplex? We're on about 11 years now, 10 or 11. That thing is at least a decade old.
Yeah, here we are. I ordered the on 6/12/2017.
That's close.
Yeah, I ordered the Fans Project Saurus Ryu shell set, and it was $239.99. Now I got free shipping, and I had some reward points for that, so there was that. But so yeah, but the shells were running at conventions. Each year they had the shell with the figure, and the shell was running about $80 to $100 per shell at the time. So I got the whole set of 6 for $240.
Yeah, but if you bought the figure, I thought the shell was cheaper.
I don't remember how it worked.
I know there was some way where if you got the shell, it wound
Well,
up
yeah,
being
yeah. If you got the bundle, like if you
yeah,
bought the bundle, it was cheaper than getting the two individually because there was no guarantee. If you waited till the next part was out, the previous part or the previous shell would even be available,
right.
especially the shells. So yeah, so that's a peek into my third party history there. So
Yeah, I was just kind of going through some stuff, and it's kind of funny. I found somebody that actually did a custom of that. Yeah, probably using the he bought a set of those the Dino King, and he actually repainted it to be that Monstructor before this Monstructor was released. And he did a pretty good job, I have to say.
yeah, that's
That's not a bad custom. But I mean, it's pretty close to what the heck they're releasing, besides all the remolding. But that's what it would have
I'm
looked
trying to
like,
remember the name of
basically.
that.
Say
Well,
again?
trying to remember the name of that one. It's which would be the left leg in this picture. I can't remember
Scowl,
the name.
bristleback, ice pick, bird brain,
Yeah, but I can't
slog.
remember. I know it's not bird brain. I know it's not bristleback. I know it's not
Scowl.
slog. And scowl.
Scowl. Yeah.
Okay.
Scowl and ice pick were the same mold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So scowl, the left foot on that color is identical to the G1. That is 100% identical. The Bristol back is identical. The other two, arm and leg, close.
Yeah.
Overall, pretty good. But I mean, on those two, that's dead on.
I'm almost wondering if
that's
the guy
the
that
color they
actually
were.
did this had one in hand and tried to paint match as much as he could.
Probably. But I mean, the new one, look at the new one. I mean, even the color of the parts are right. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah, it's
Not looking forward to. I mean, did they say what the price was going to be on that?
They haven't, but I'm guessing if we count the current economic situation, which may or may not exist by the time this comes out, with everything that's been going on, I'm guessing it'll be 99 to 109
yeah.
because of we'll see because Dino King was 89, and a lot of stuff they've come back out with has been increased $10 to $15 in general. I'm guessing 99 to 104, maybe 109, but I don't think it will be above 109 because they just came out with this week. Because we talked last week about the anime Grimlock, the missing link anime Grimlock, and I was upset because a lot of places were pricing it at $155, which is much higher than the toy color Grimlock. because most of the missing link stuff, the alternate versions, was the same price. But now that could have been early adapters. If them, the earlier higher prices could have been them paying air costs to get it into the U.S. sooner. But it's dropped down to like $5 more than the toy color version. So I'm thinking this one no more than 109 tops, but I'm guessing 99 to 104.
Yeah, that's definitely a pickup in my book.
So, Brett, well, you got an update, it looks like, about Lyle Kaiser, didn't you?
Yeah. I was like tickled. Look at that box artwork. I know it's not a release date. I know it's not, hey, what's your address and everything that we're waiting very anxiously to get, because that means they're on their way or getting close. But at least we got something. It was something to say, hey, we didn't forget you, although you think we did. Here's the box artwork. And I don't display boxes, but I do like this one. I do. I think it's very. Overall, I think it's very nice. It's well, with all the individual bots at the bottom. The only thing, and I can't remember what's the back and the sides. Do you have pictures of that? Because I thought they had pictures
I
of the
believe
side
you
too.
sent me some, so let me pop them up. Yeah, you actually have a side picture of it.
Okay.
I think this might be the back of it, actually.
I think that's the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that shows. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I say, well, when we talked about this on RFC last Wednesday, we talked how the front of the box is kind of like a double homage. Because it's kind of like the eye catch that they would use, like going to commercial and coming back from commercial. It would be kind of like that freeze frame when they be on the screen, like an eye catch. And also when they went to combine to Lyle Kaiser for the first time, although the pattern was different, it showed all 6 of them.
Right.
So that's kind of like a different interpretation of that moment when they combined it to Lyle Kaiser for the first time in the series.
Hmm. I mean, I have to admit, I do like the way they did the box on this. I kind of think it's pretty awesome. The box art is just amazing. It really does throw me back to just watching the show.
I'm just glad we're getting something
Yeah.
to show that they're still doing it.
Yeah.
And seeing the
Mega
part
Machine-
layout is pretty cool too. How they've done this. Showing
have to
where all
say-
the parts can actually store under the base,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah. Now, drill horn is everything looks good. Gill Bison's kind of hurting there, but
Not as
it's
blocky
like-
as I'd like.
Yeah, well, we talked about that as far as like they definitely looked at Lyle Kaiser first, getting that looking right. It kind of made the vehicles to be as best as they could, but I think they definitely looked at Lyle to make Lyle Kaiser look right. However, it's still the shoulder wings is still really bugging me that they're not symmetrical.
They're not. They're not.
It's just
They're two different jets,
It's
John. They're completely
I mean,
two
it's
different
just the way it
jets, man.
is. They're not.
I know, but
What is it?
I like the asymmetrical. I've always been into that.
Lyle Convoy.
Hmm?
His shoulders don't look the same.
that's because he's a lion.
Okay, well, these are two different jets.
But okay, I'm sorry. In the original, they were the same toy. If you go to the TF Wiki and you look at G1 Lyokaiser, yes, the wings are slightly different,
They are different. I've got one.
but they're both pointing in the same direction. It's just, I'm sorry, it's just, I guess it's my OCD that it's just, I don't know, it's just, it's one of the minor things. It's like, I don't hate it, but it triggers something in me that I just,
Kind of bugs you a little bit.
it does. It does. It's like the Snuggle Bear. Although I don't want to kill Lyle Kaiser like I do the Snuggle Bear. So there's that. I have an unhealthy hatred of the Snuggle Fabric Softener Bear. I don't know why. I just do.
It's like a friend of mine that absolutely hates ET.
Well, the only thing I hate worse than the Snuggle Bear is minions. They just annoy the rat. I just want to strangle them if they turn into little yellow paint.
I keep muting myself for my dog and forgetting that I'm muted, and then I start talking. But I was saying, yeah, I see what you mean. Where they're more different now than they were back in the
Right.
day. Which kind of throws off the look of it just a little bit, but
I mean, I'll live with it. I mean, I've ordered it. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to go on my shelf, and I'm going to be happy. It's just, that's the one thing. Now, I'm not crazy with Death Cobra being the shoulder cannon. I get it,
Not crazy
It
with
worked.
Death Cobra at all.
but
But he
It's
could
nice
also be
having
an
that
arm. He
option.
does both.
yeah.
He'll be sitting
I
in a
mean,
box.
Part of me kind of wishes I
selling,
had bought
Brett.
two. Part of me wishes I'd bought two to have regular Lyle Kaiser and then the version with Death Cobra. Although that was just too much to do for something that simple when you can just pop them off and swap them as your whims dictate. But finally getting a real Death Cobra, because the only Death Cobra that's been done was that third party from Iron Factory last year on their Legend set that they are reissuing, by the way.
We went through this before.
Are they
Uh-huh.
reissuing it as a
Head
full
Robots
set
did it
this
first.
time, though?
What?
Are they reissuing it
Head
as
Robots did it first.
Sorry.
That's right. Well, no, that was just the head. That
Doesn't
wasn't
matter.
the actual.
It's still a character.
But
go
what were you
ahead.
saying? What were you
I
saying?
mean, they did. Are they reissuing that Iron Factory set as a full set, or is it going to all be individuals again?
I think it's individual pieces because a lot of people had trouble getting one or the other, from what I understand. So they're releasing them all individually. But I got my set through Show Z, and I think the most expensive set was around 55 to 50. So yeah, it's a Legend class combiner, but that's very reasonable compared to what domestic U.S. retail. Again, this was, last year or a year before last, where everything hit the fan. But it is being reissued. I'm working.
The only thing
Yeah,
that's kind of
I'm working
bothering me
on the
here
fir-
is that whole thing that's on the back of Jaguar. Does that actually come off? You don't have to have
Yeah,
that.
that
on
one
there.
looks really bad.
Now, yeah, I think that's the equivalent of hooks. I mean, of long hauls back half trailer, and I think that's just a. I don't.
yeah, I think they just have it clipped on because the earlier concept images of it have it not having that on. I think that's just there as a showing that it can clip on and
Okay.
To make him look, and it probably won't
Vehicle.
be. Yeah, probably in person it won't be that humongous, maybe, but it definitely he didn't skip butt day.
yeah.
He's
You throw that
got-
thing on a box when they're not combined, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have gotten a second set for robot mode and for combined mode, like I've done some other stuff. But let's be honest. These are probably going to be Lyle Kaiser 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I kind of wish, like, I'm with Brett. I'm not really crazy about him becoming a Death Cobra being, like, a shoulder cannon. I honestly think it'd be cooler if they were actually able to attach him to the back like the Iron Factory one did. Because that would have made better sense. Because at least you
Yeah,
can
but
use the
this
prop
way,
wings the props as like wings on his back or something.
yeah, but this way you get more display value, and so that way the toy does more. So it's adding some value, even if you're not going to use it. The extra play value, the extra value in having the character is there, and also it helps fill out the set. Because I mean, if we paid for this and we wound up not getting Death Cobra, I would be disappointed. Even if Death Cobra is just off to the side on display by himself with regular Lyle Kaiser, it's nice to have an official Death Cobra.
So as much as you hate this Death Cobra, Brett, why don't you just like pose him and just have him like beating the crap out of Death Cobra?
You're probably just gonna sit in a box.
I don't know. I'll just have him like choke him out or something.
Yeah.
You're not one of us.
And then that would take up some space from something I actually want to see.
Yeah, that's true. I just thought it'd be funny. I'm just wondering if Kill Bison's turret like compresses down further or anything, because I think that's the only thing that really bothers me about him.
Well, we have to remember we see a lot of Hasbro stock photography, like the recent Astro Train from last week. That is not. And this isn't because it's a hand sample. It's just badly transformed. Masterpiece Ironhide is early packaging pictures. So if Hasbro would step up their photography game and get better pictures out versus trying to get something out faster, and maybe getting the engineers that design the toy to say like, hey, this moves, that does, take better pictures to make a better first impression. So,
I almost kind of wonder if how they're doing photography is, oh, the engineers are done with this. Here, George, go shoot a couple of these in the back room somewhere. I'm kind of wondering if that's how they handle
it feels like it's weird. Some of the G.I. Joe classified photography is phenomenal, but they can't seem to replicate that on other brands. Because we've seen product shots for the classified stuff that looks really great,
Oh yeah.
but it's so hit or miss for Transformers. It's like, I know people on Twitter, on Facebook, in my collecting circles whose photography would be so much more better than what we're seeing from official sources.
Yeah, it's like seeing some of the just like the box art stuff when we were watching, or not watching, but like checking out some of the stuff from Toy Fair, even for like the GI Joe classified stuff. Dude, I'm just like, okay, you're giving me Ninja Force Zartan. Where's the rest of them? Because I want all those Ninja Force guys. Those guys are awesome. Because, I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like those from the 90s because he had all the gimmicky parts in them, like the kicking motions and such. But think about getting those without that, and they're just more detailed. They were actually really cool looking figures.
Oh, that was their G2.
Yeah.
If you're being honest, that was GI Joe's G2 was your Eco Warriors and Sky Force and all that kind of stuff. So, GI Joe Generation 2 doesn't really roll off the tongue.
I don't know. Give me Ninja Force. That's all I'm saying. I just want all the Ninja Force guys. Because that Zartan does it for me, man. Just a big fan of that.
Speaking of that, the 86 battle damaged Optimus, the Nemesis, I'm sorry, the Royal Guard have been found in stores
Oh, really?
at targeting California. So if you want the Optimus at least and that classified Royal Guard, they're starting to show up at Target already. Although I think the article I read said the Optimus was still street dated for the first.
Okie dokie. Still trying to figure out, like Brett, I wanted to hear like what, like when it came to the Toy Fair stuff, did you see anything that really like, you're like, holy cow, that's awesome?
Honestly, it's hard for me to remember everything that was shown at Toy Fair. I saw some of it and breezed past some of it, and I honestly, not really. And there's not a whole lot since I've been cutting my collection down. There's just not a whole lot that I look for.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I mean, I know since Playmates is losing the Ninja Turtle license like they are, their last hoorah literally is this last wave for the current cartoon wave they have. And then they're doing those G.I. Joe Turtle crossovers. I didn't know if you saw those or if you were really gonna like be interested in any of those or not.
Never have been a turtle guy.
Okay.
Just never. They kind of came after, so there was no nostalgia for me.
Hmm.
And then all this crossover stuff, whether it be He-Man, Turtles, I just not my thing.
I wasn't sure because I mean I didn't know if maybe you were going to get into those just because there's a whole GI Joe tie-in because some of those actually look really good. Like the Krang that they have that looks like freaking Destro is amazing. That's probably my favorite one out of all of them. It's just insane how they were able to turn Krang into Destro, which just makes 100% sense. But I'm sitting there thinking, well, why couldn't they made like I think we talked about this before with like the Foot Clan could have been like some of the Battle Android Troopers, you know, would have been cool to see that in some shape or form. But yeah, I think some of those were kind of interesting. Um, I do know that they did more Blockies wheels that they revealed, and they have a Roadbuster coming out of that, which is kind of cool looking.
Hmm?
But I'm wondering if they're going to do like the actual like robot modes of those, because I would love to see Whirl or Roadbuster in that blocky style, because those would be interesting.
Oh, I think you might be seeing that. But speaking of blockies,
Hmm?
this was interesting. So I was, I've been collecting them, and I missed number 4 of the Defenders. So number 4 of the Defenders. Okay. Missed it. Well, local comic shop. When I went there, I went, oh my gosh, they have number 6. 6 has a lot of the Beast Wars guys in it.
Hmm.
And so they had like 4 or 5 of these. So I grabbed one. And I said, hey, I missed out on number 4. Do you have any? No, we sold out. Looking around away. Anyway, in the corner, holding up the comic long boxes, or short boxes actually, just sitting in a corner, was one lone case. And I was like, cool, I need it. And if you look, the Chase figure is Rodimus. So I took it home. First one I opened up, Rodimus.
Oh, sick.
Was that Shattered
Right.
Glass?
No, what it is, it's from the movie where he...
Oh, okay.
Oh,
But
it's
it's
the
like a
metallic
chrome-
version, right?
It's metallic, yeah.
Yeah.
So this was like the Super Chase on that.
Sick.
And like I said, I he had like 4 or 5 of the number 6s. And Mike, you're like this. I pulled
Oh.
Megatron,
Yes.
the Super Chase Megatron. Now Don should know why I definitely wanted to get number 4. Because without number 4, you can't build.
Bruticus.
And that is all. This one surpasses Devastator.
I actually there's a toy store out there called Nerdzotic that I've dealt with. I'm starting to deal with a little bit, and they had all 3 waves of 4, 5, and 6, and the Bruticus kit
Yep.
for $100.
Yep.
And people were selling the Bruticus by himself for $65 to $75. So I thought, okay, I want to get the cases. I'll keep the ones I want. I'm going to be selling the other ones because I don't really that series, that style. I'm not trying to get down the Blockies hole that bad. It's just I'm a Dudicus. I'm a Dudicus Dudicus, I should say. So yeah, but that I have the set. I just need to get time to put it all together.
It's not an easy build
Really?
for the combiner. It's
Okay.
not. But
That's a
one of
lot
the
of
neat
parts forming
things
for,
that
I
I
was
saw
told.
that's neat, it comes with a lot. But the neat thing is that it actually has foldable knees in here, so that when you retract the leg, it's not just like a hinge. This piece here comes out and becomes the kneecap.
Oh, sweet.
That's
So
awesome.
and then as you can tell, it actually comes with another hand, so you don't have to have 2 fists. So a little more posability. Same posability as the Devastator, but it's a really solid build, and
Yeah, because I don't
I
think
love them.
I think I got the Brilliant Optimus. I got the Rodimus. I think with the Matrix. I don't remember getting any super rares in those.
The super rare one for if you got the one with the Matrix where he's holding it,
I'll have to look because I was more concerned about did I get on my Bruticus parts? Yes. Everything else
yeah,
I'll have to. I'm probably going to sell
there's
off
a
everything else
difference
I've got.
between the two.
Yeah.
So this is not this is probably the one that you got. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's a super one that was either Grimlock with his apron and everything,
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
or it is, and someone would have to correct me. It's a Rodimus, but it's like to me it looks like a Super Saiyan Rodimus.
Mhm.
He's got like flames on his wings and stuff like that.
That's pretty sick. I like that.
So it when you buy them by the case, they come out to be about $2 to $3 a piece. And they run those specials like that where they'll do all the sets plus the combiner here. This set, which is the combiner bits,
Hmm.
for a good price.
Yeah.
So I mean, it once again, that's the thing I like about them is you can collect them and you're not going to break the bank. And they're
Well, it's
fun.
just
They're neat.
yeah. It's just that scale that they're at really is not my favorite because it's
Well,
it's a small.
they have the Galaxy. I think it's called Galaxy, the bigger one.
Yeah, that's the
Uh,
ones I was getting
but
from Walmart when they were on clearance.
the
These
problem
guys.
is that they haven't done this.
Yeah,
If they would do
yeah.
this, if they would do a combiner with those, I'd be all over it.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I bought the actually when I was at TFCon Baltimore year before last. Rick was there, and he was selling pre-assembled blockies, and I hadn't dealt with any of those. And he had a smoke screen, G1 smoke screen, which is one of my favorite of the Dotson brothers. That was my first blocky. Was that one? The Optimus looks great.
Yeah, it looks
But I will
really
say
good.
one thing.
And the fact
What
that
wave is it with the Beast Wars figures?
his
Oh,
his chest
6.
actually opens too, which is cool. I built this on a
Defender
live cast earlier this week. But yeah, I mean, I love model kits, and honestly, these are really fun. Can be very, very addicting, but the problem is I don't have a whole lot of room, so I'm just like I have to kind of limit myself on them.
You're nice for that.
Yeah, I just
Well, I will tell you one thing. I started out. I got some from Walmart when they were on clearance. A Blade Raider. I mentioned Walmart was putting them on clearance, so I was able to snag a few of the Galaxy version, which I put together. And then I wound up getting a couple of from Wave 1 and Wave 2. The build on that is so much more difficult on those early waves, the way they do the instructions.
Mhm.
Because it's like they just show you a generic guide, and then the specific characters have their specific little panels, versus later on, that character has its own instruction sheet if it's not shared with anybody else. So going from those later waves back to this earlier wave where the Constructicons were at, because I don't plan on doing Devastator, but I did want Scrapper. If I'm going to have any one Constructicon, it's going to be Scrapper. He's my favorite. And I was like, the hell?
Well, I'll tell
It
you
was
that the
just so different.
instructions for Bruticus are extremely tiny and extremely hard to see and make out, because you might be able to figure out what part, but does it go this way or this way? And it matters on the build. I honestly went to YouTube and I found a video where the guy did it right up close and showed you the pieces and put it in,
That was my plan.
and that's what I did. Yeah, the instructions are, some of them, sometimes they just get, I honestly think that they put these instructions on a piece of paper this big, and then when they go to put them in the box, they shrink them down to this. You know? And it's like, oh, it'll be fine. You can't see them. Because then you lose all the quality. You can't really make out the parts. And so, but yeah, there's videos out there, and there's a couple really good ones where they really just show, hey, these, I'm not doing a quick build. This is how you build it. And it was fun. It was fun. Getting back to what Jason had, I did the sound wave a while ago, and I told y'all about that. But that took a couple hours. It was not quick. I mean, those blockies can get, we're talking like, some of the higher end Gundam builds.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the faint of heart. When you open it up and you see thousands of little itty bitty parts pull out of the box, you go, "Oh crap! What did I get myself into?"
Yeah, I mean this Optimus is a lot more complicated than the other ones because there are a ton of little tiny parts for this one, but it turned out amazing once I was done with it. I do like it a lot. And the only thing is since I got this way toward the tail end of these things being on the shelf, the light doesn't light up because I think the battery is just gone on it. But that's okay, because to me, it doesn't have to. I still think it looks wonderful even without lights. Pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of wish there was a place for me to put his hand cannon, because I'm not always going to have that on there. I kind of wish there was something that I could do with that, or the fist, because I don't like having extra parts just laying around, because I don't know if you guys are like me, but I lose things sometimes.
I lost my marble years ago.
This is the box for the Bruticus set. It has all the junk that you take off of the individual bots. There's nowhere to put it. You just throw it in the box.
Well, that's why they made that little arc one that you can put all the extra parts in.
Yeah, I've got the Sharkticon. There's a little knoll that
Have
you
you
open
got
up
the
and put all the little
Unicron head
parts in.
yet?
No, have I put one together? Yeah, but I don't have it. I actually put all of them together for the display. That one was I can't remember if it's got the feature on the box or not, but you can take his face off,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a face underneath it,
Yeah, because it's kind of like it's
which is
almost
neat.
like the
Glowing eyes.
yeah. I think it's funny. I kind of hope they would oversize the planet mode so I can just get a planet mode version of that I can just hang up in my room. Because I like the
I'm
planet mode.
telling
I
you,
think they did a good job with that.
they are pumping this stuff out quick.
I'm just
I mean,
happy to
quick.
see it because, I mean, seeing that they're dipping their toes into Beast Wars, because I know Sideburn loves his Beast Wars. I'm glad they're dipping their toes in there because it'd be cool to see more of those. Especially, like, think about how they could probably do some of the combiners for Beast Wars, too. Since they all kind of parts form the way they did with Bruticus and all that. I
Well,
could see them doing the same thing there.
this last wave with the the Megatron in T-Rex mode, the Primal in Monkey mode, and they and even my wife Angie's like, they're so cute, and I'm like, I want a proper two size Rat Trap. I don't care if it's like you're only putting two pieces together because he's going to be this big. I want it just to put it next to him.
Actually, what would be funny is if they actually release like a rat trap like that, but then on the sprue you have like a tiny version that could be like in scale with the rest of them.
As long as he can ride Rhinox, or no, ride Primal, and then Primal needs to ride Rhinox. Then that's how I'll display it.
I wonder if they'll get around to do
But they're
that because I mean, the way these blockies are, because I've seen there's this guy I watch on YouTube, goes by Botbender, and he's literally took some of the blockies completely apart and just made his own thing out of them, and it's hilarious. Some of the stuff you can build with these things, they're so cheap. I mean, if you're like, I'm gonna build a set, maybe buy two sets and then just use the other set as an experimental set,
Why
just to
not?
build what the heck you want. I think they're really, really cool. And honestly, Don, I'm extremely proud of you for
Well,
getting into actually building blockies because I know it's very intimidating. I'm very proud of you, man. I know it's hard.
Well, it's just my dexterity is gone. I know that because whenever I play a video game, it's like I know I was better than this 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I was better than this. What has happened? Who has stolen my reflexes? Someone has invented a reflex sucking gun, and now I am doing terrible at a game that I know I used to play with my. It's like my wife got me one of those retro multi-K cabinets that Sam's carried a couple ago. I've got Ghost and Goblin. It's sad. It's very sad watching you play Ghost and Goblin because I used. But yeah, the blockies, they're not as daunting as I was afraid they would be. But after I had to stop because I was just like bump, 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 and then it's like I was putting Dynamo Swoop together, and his face is literally about the size of his eye inserts are about the size of a grain of rice, and it went, whoop! And luckily, it landed. And I heard it land on the laminate, not the carpet. And it was a little blue dot on gray laminate, which is kind of bad because, like most guys, I have a problem with blues and grays and the various shades of those. I got the flashlight and I'm down there on my hands and knees. and I accidentally put my hand on it. That's the only way I saw it because it was like the size of a grain of rice, maybe a little bit bigger. So yeah, it's like I want to go put these together in the tub with the curtain drawn. So therefore, it's white porcelain. It can't go anywhere, and I will block the drain. That's the only place I think I could be safe doing these things if I lose a piece. God help me if I lose a piece, I ain't fine.
What I usually do,
I will never.
what I usually do is, when I build stuff, I have a, I went to Walmart a long time ago and I bought one of those craft mats that you get like in the sewing aisle, because they have them where they're white on one side and gray on the other. Dude, if you want to do something like that, get one of those, because you'll be able to see the parts laying on that, because it'll kind of help distinct what you're looking at. You'll be able to see them a little better, probably,
I was
on a
doing
mat
them
like that.
I
Yeah,
have
and then
my
buy you
dad's.
one of these jeweler's set of tweezers.
Oh yeah. Well, I have my dad's. My dad was a gun enthusiast, not a doomsday. This is back when you could collect guns and you weren't a prepper or you weren't. You basically you just
It was a hobby back
he
then.
read gun. It was a hobby,
What
you know.
you trying to
He
say
read
there?
he
You can do it. You say you're a prepper, okay?
yeah. I mean,
What you trying to say there?
Dad
I
used
got
to
my
hunt.
MREs over here. I got my bottle of my canned water. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, Dad would go hunting. He would do some skeet shooting from time to time. Back then it was a hobby. It didn't have the negative connotations. We did have a gun in every room of the house, but that was just my father was a veteran, and so he,
Based.
be prepared through superior firepower.
That's
But
just Kentucky, man. What are you talking about?
yeah,
That's,
It's
but
just,
Sounds
I've
right
got
to
his,
me.
I've got his desk, which was his
Florida
reloading
too.
desk. It was his reloading desk. So it's a big, wide, heavy duty desk with a
Yeah.
white top. So that
Mhm.
way, if he spilt anything, he could see the shot shells or the powder and clean it up.
Well,
Basically it's a white Formica top, so it stands out.
if it makes you feel any better, if you go to an armorist school like I did, the first thing they give you, and it's nice, and there's a gun company that was putting it on, so they give you a mat. You lay the mat down, and then they give you this rubber tray, and that's where you put the pieces. All right, and there's two pieces. They're called cups, and they are about about that big, about that big, and they're made of like a clear milky plastic color. And we were in class doing this, and all you hear is, I'll just say, an excellent term. And the guy goes, "Here you go, here," and he would just hand them to you. In other words, you ain't gonna find them because there's a spring, and once the spring is sprung and that piece goes, here's another one. You ain't getting it.
mm,
But when I do my builds, I use one of these.
A virtual
light.
boy?
It's got the light. It's got the magnifier. Stick that sucker on there, and I'm like right here getting it going. And yeah, because those little pieces, especially, I mean, they're the blocky builds and everything, but there's some small pieces, and if you lose them, good luck.
mm.
Good luck finding them.
It's kind of like when I was putting together Optimus here, like doing the eyes for him are so small, I couldn't tell, am I actually putting this in the correct way? Like, did I have it upside down or not? I had to look at it for like a while, and I was like, okay, yeah, I do have it right. It's weird how it sets, because it doesn't actually set where you think it does. It sets lower. And I was just like, It was just strange. It just didn't add up to it. But I mean, yeah, I can agree with Brett on that. Like, when it comes to building some things, bro, get like a thing to be able to build it on, maybe get glasses like he said. I mean, those glasses sometimes have lights on them, right? So,
Mine does.
yeah. And those are
The one I
usually,
have is a little overhead thing.
what are those about, like 20
Magnifies not a
bucks or
lot, but
something?
it has lights. Helps with all that. But I mean, heck, I use that for Legos.
Yeah.
And I know that it's not because of how small it is. It's just Legos have done it too. If you look at their instructions, they they seem to. I get it. Okay, I'm going to say that the print is shrinking. No, man, it's your eyes getting worse. It might be a combination, but whichever. I still enjoy building them. Yeah, my eyes aren't as good. My hands aren't as sturdy and everything, but that's the other thing I like about the blockies. Okay, they're cheap, and I have fun putting them together. I sit there, pop on a movie or whatever, put them together. Little stress release. I get my Lego sets, pop a movie in, put my Legos together. Calms me down. So
It's a
kind of
very,
therapeutic.
yeah. I was about to say it's a really, really good pastime and it's kind of therapy for some people. But I can understand being frustrated, Don, when it comes to hand dexterity, because as I've gotten older, because I do a lot of customs. My God, it drives me nuts when my hands just start trembling like crazy and I have no idea why. It's stupid. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I used to be able to do this. Why am I shaking so damn bad? You know? So I can understand getting
It's
frustrated.
just
I have to walk away.
yeah. Well, it's just my dexterity isn't there. Plus, trying to get these small pieces to connect, and it's it's not as bad as I thought, but it's not something I could. I did like 9 in a row once I got the rhythm down, and then I was like, when I got to the Constructicons, I was like, I gotta take a break and get me a sandwich. It's because the change in the format of the instructions from what it was to what they used to do was kind of bad.
Right.
Well, yeah, and the other thing is a lot of the basic figures, the builds are the same. The feet are the
Yeah,
same, the ankles,
the
everything's all the same.
repetition was starting to get a little.
It does, but then you throw in some of the vehicle modes or the beast modes, and they're totally different. Totally different. So then you got to, okay, now I got to really look at this instruction and make sure I put them on, and it'll show this black glob brick that all these pieces fit onto, and if it's this way, it works. If it's this way, it doesn't work. You can't really tell, so you kind of do trial and error, and so, but they're fun.
They are.
They're absolutely.
I'm just curious because I haven't. I've really been debating like if I decide to actually start full on getting into blockies, I'm probably going to do the wheels because I really like those because they're literally the size of Hot Wheels from what I've been told.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, that's kind of perfect for what I like. I've been thinking about getting into those because those just seem fun. But I really want to get the Optimus that's got the trailer because I think it'd be cool to be able to, you know, heresy for some people, but to repaint that trailer black to make it a G2 one because I would be all over that. I think it'd be cool because I don't think they're ever going to give us a G2 version of that anyway because they seem to be doing G2, not G2, but Shattered Glass and G1. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a black sideswipe if they did one. That'd be awesome.
I'm sure. It's just a simple recolor
Mm-hmm.
and changing the Autobot badge to a G2 version. So I'm sure they'll do that.
Well, they already did the
Yeah.
shattered glass for Sideswipe, so
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a different inject color mold plastic and changing the Tampo label. So, and I'm sure that they may even do a heavy G2 wave. So that because G2 was 92, 93 roughly.
Mm-hmm.
So 92, 2002, 2012, 2022, 2027. That's the 30, no, 97, 207, 217. Yeah, 2027 will be the 40th anniversary of Generation 2. Wouldn't it?
I
No.
believe so.
Um,
Oh,
well, the 86 movie, this is the 40th anniversary of the 86 movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Next year would be the anniversary of Generation 2. So, unless my math is wrong.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because it's 92 is when G2 came out, right?
Yeah.
So 92, 2002, 2012, 2022, 2027. That'd be 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have to see.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of before we sign off for the night, I can't remember if I showed y'all this last week, but I was able to get my third-party mini Bruticus done up. Little,
Like it.
Yeah, I've seen those guys.
That's great.
yeah, the kitty party. Yeah, there's some really great. If they made these into like full-size masterpieces, like Magic Square
Mm-hmm.
did with theirs, this could be a really great looking Bruticus with a more unique with a more balanced proportion. But normally, I'm not crazy about the big head stuff, but it really works. So, I mean, there's just some really great engineering in here, and it's sold out most everywhere. So I'm glad I got it when I did.
Did you get the Predaking one? The cats?
Nah,
Because I think that one,
it's just
I love that one so much because just the design of those and the design of the box is just so like that chibi look. I love it. I think it's freaking adorable.
yeah.
Like those are probably the most adorable ones. That'd be the one I would get because I just like it. I
Yeah.
think it looks cute.
Just I did get this though. My first 52 toys beast cube thing.
Hmm?
This is Love Gun. It's a gun and a dove.
Oh, you picked that up?
Yeah,
How is that
this
thing?
is
Yeah, that,
well, I've heard really good things about their figures as far as the plastic quality. This feels very thin. So it does not feel like what I've heard their stuff used to feel like. But again, used to. So it doesn't feel flimsy. It just feels very, very thin as far as some of the plastic. There's no weight to it. There's no die cast. There's no metal other than the pins and stuff. But it's just a really interesting because it's a dove with a helmet, and then he's a gun. So I've read that this is supposed to be almost like the gun from Peacemaker, the DC series, but I've not watched it, so I don't know. But I love the fact they even had to include an orange tip on the front.
Because you
yeah,
know the
I
orange
picked that
tip's
up.
supposed to make everything safe.
Yeah,
the dove gun.
yeah.
So I'm
this
surprised
guy
Brett
did a
didn't
safety
decide to get
maker
one of
front
those
cover.
because he loves his knockoffs.
Well, no, I mean, this is their. I mean, they're their own toy. They're their own company. They're the one
Yeah,
that does the
they're their own
BotCon
company.
stuff now.
52's licensed.
Yeah.
Not considered a knockoff.
Yeah, that stuff. I know a lot of people. I knew some people that used to, or they might still collect it. I just not really in contact with them anymore. But used to buy a lot of their stuff.
I've always
I was just never
appreciated it.
super. I think you're about to share the same sentiment as me. I always thought they looked cool, but I was just like, I don't really have any attachment to it to really be interested
Yeah,
in buying
exactly.
it.
That's why I never bought any of the BotCon stuff. Is it just? But this just really spoke to me being a dove and a gun. So,
A lot of people saw that and was. I heard a lot of people see it and say, kind of want the dove gun.
I
Yeah,
honestly, to
that's-
me, I kind of want to see them do like a blunderbuss that turns into a parrot. I would be all over that. I think that'd be hilarious because I don't think we enough transforming pirate type of things. But I think we've talked the talk for the week. Unless you guys have anything else you guys wanted to bring up before we sign
Well,
off.
real quick, did you see that? Did you see that they're bringing out the Skybound is adding mask to the Energon universe?
Really? That I did not know that. Interesting. Might have to get into that one.
Yeah, I figured you'd be pretty interested in that.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty awesome because I
Um,
love Mask. So
Who doesn't love Mask?
I don't know.
Great theme song.
Did you see that they talked about like the new wave and stuff at Toy Fair dealing with Mask?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
they
they're
got
doing
the
Jackhammer, Piranha, Hurricane, and Gator.
and then they're doing the that. It's kind of a weird.
Yeah, it's basically opening credits.
Thunderhawk.
Matt Tracker. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, opening credits with the grid lines and stuff.
Right.
I'll be honest, I might get the Hurricane because my Hurricane is still physically in great shape, but the blue, it's that same color of blue that Night Beat has, and it's turning green from age.
Mhm.
So, and it's probably more affordable than a new Night Beat. So, I'll probably get the Hurricane just because. I hope they do a new version of Bulldog.
Yeah.
Bulldog is one of my favorites. So hopefully we'll do and because mine's also got that age turning. Anyway, that's enough me old man rambles at Sky.
We're done yelling at the clouds.
No. Good figure.
Brett,
That's
did
I'll let you
order
know. I
one?
just ordered it.
Sweet.
Yep.
just ordered what?
The blast
I said
off.
just because of Don, I made an order of 5 figures.
I'm an influencer. Yay.
Walmart got my money.
Hey,
You get brought through.
I'll let you know that I went and ordered that Blocky's wave.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's good.
When I got up and walked back there, I was getting my wallet.
Yeah, let me sell my extras first before you sell yours, all right?
I
Let me
got a
see what
question
I got.
though. Have you
I
messed
got-
with the Jetfire yet? Because what I've been told, the Jetfire can actually almost do like the whole Gerwalk thing now.
I have I've
I've
just
got
went
it
through
together,
the boxes.
but I haven't messed with it.
Yeah, I just went through my boxes, got all the Combaticons off to the side. Rest of them went back in the box, and I'm gonna when I have time sit down and just sell all my dupes. The only thing I'm keeping is the Bruticus part, Rodimus, and the 2 Dinobots that I got. I got Dino Modes, Whoop, and Snarl. The Dinobots. Of course, I'm gonna keep them.
Yeah, I have Slag. I would like to get the Dino version of Slag as well. Yeah. That's supposed to be able to combine
Yeah.
with the new one that's like in robot mode or something like that to be able to turn him into Gerwalk, I think.
Well, they were both in the same set. There is a robot mode, but I got the shattered glass one, so I didn't get the normal one.
You might have to chase down the normal one because from what I was seeing, you can actually combine them or something like that to be able to make it look like it's in Gerwalk mode.
I don't know. There was something in there because it does disconnect into 2 parts,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not exactly sure what. But I don't know. I'll look.
Yeah, because I thought I saw like a stop motion or something like that dealing with that. I forget who it was that I saw. Because I see a lot of stuff on YouTube and Facebook, so I can't remember who it is for sure, but I remember seeing it. So I think it'd be
Well, I
gnarly.
mean, like I said, I only have the
Shattered glass.
shattered glass one, but I don't see how that and that combine.
I don't know. Maybe it's the larger one. Because didn't they have a larger version of
I don't-
Jetfire they did? Just
Well,
recently?
these are the Defenders.
Okay.
They have the Galaxy, which
Maybe
are
it's the
bigger.
Galaxy that combines with that Defender small one that does it, I think. But I don't know. It's something we'll have to look into because I just think it's interesting that somebody had. I saw a stop motion with that and somehow it worked. So I don't know. I might have to do some more research on that because I think it's cool.
Mm. But it came with, like I said, it comes with the vehicle mode and the robot mode. But I got lucky enough to get the shattered glass one, but it's the same figure. I mean, it's got posts on the back, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could.
Like,
I think
does it
fits in the
split in
back.
half and just plug onto his back?
Well, there's plugs, but they're too close for the plugs on his back. The plugs on his back are too far apart.
Interesting. I don't know.
I don't know.
Guess we'll do some research and come back next week and we'll find out.
We'll figure something out.
Yep, we will.
Heck, or we'll make it up. Who knows?
Yeah. Hey, we can make up things. Why not? Because Transformers makes up things all the time.
Right.
At the end of the day, there's hot glue. Glue
Just glue
them
it
on.
together. That's true. That's
Hey,
true.
there are some people out there that glue together Lego, which apparently is like a blasphemy for the Lego community. You know, that's like a naughty word.
I don't know why they make their own glue. They make their own glue.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just
Oh,
me.
you know-
I've never thought about gluing my Legos together because I always like to take them apart and put them back together into
Oh.
different things.
I want to post this to you, Jason, just so you can be thinking about it. Have you read about the smart brick?
No.
Okay, just wondering if you heard about, because there's clips online on how they sound.
Mm-hmm.
The Star Wars Phantom Menace Comtech reader sounded better.
Yep.
That's saying something. But
And
that's
the
a
price
story.
they're wanting is insane.
Yeah, but that's a story for another day.
That's right.
The more you know. All right. Well, I think we've talked the talk this week. You guys agree with me?
Yep.
Yep.
I think we can stick a pin in it.
Yep. We're gonna stick a pin in it, and yeah, we'll all be back next week. So I'm gonna have everybody say their goodbyes, and then we'll get out of here. We'll go ahead and start with Brett since we haven't seen him in ages.
Good night, everybody.
Cyber
See ya.
and Dawn.
Just remember, there's a time when magic is more powerful than science. And only those that control magic control destiny. They are the visionaries.
And all I gotta say is Thundercats ho! We'll see you next week.
Later, everybody.